Hey everyone, it's Maritza of The Simple Heart, and welcome to another video. This is going to be a tarot reading for Mars in Capricorn. And this is a tarot reading for the collective, and we're harnessing the power of Mars going into Capricorn. I'm going to use the Super Oracle and the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck to get a feel for what the energy of Mars and Capricorn is for us, the collective. And then I'll do a tarot reading. Hope that sounds good to you all. Because that's what I'm doing. Alright, what message? What is the energy? We have Earth, the element of Earth. So Capricorn is an Earth sign. And when we think about Earth, we want to think about what Earth does. So the power of Earth. When I think about Earth's powerful aspects, I think about earthquakes and a crushing feeling and burying things in the earth. And I think about dark spaces like caves, even basements. I think about carrying heaviness, carrying something on your shoulder like Atlas, the Titan who holds the earth on his shoulders. So it's a heaviness, a darkness, a cold and dry like wintertime. I think about wintertime. But then also the stuff that comes through in the springtime. I think of Hades as a chthonic god. So like chthonic means underground or in darkness. Earthy things. My part of the world is having a very cold winter this season. It's very dark, of course. And so I'm in that headspace of the earth is dark and cold. But I do have to remember that the earth also gives us life and is fruitful and abundant, and it can get warm and provide safety, and it's not just a heaviness, it can also be celebratory. That's what we want to think about. And it is Capricorn is an earth sign. We have home, Mars in Capricorn. If we look at Mars in Capricorn in certain aspects, or with certain things in mind, like it's an earth sign, and Mars in Capricorn is, how do I put it? Mars in Capricorn has a tendency to bring in stability, and with the stability comes security, and with security comes safety and a sense of being able to thrive. So that to me speaks of home. It's a place of safety where we're able to live, not just survive, but like live our lives. There's a sense of power in the place where you feel most at home. And like I'm getting a sense that that place isn't necessarily the place where you like your the house in which you live, but it's like the place where you feel yourself thriving and feeling like you're extremely capable. You know exactly what you're doing, and you're not second guessing yourself. And like there's a lot of power behind that. But it could also be the space in your home where you feel most at home. The space, wherever it is, where you feel most capable, where you feel like you have no doubt of yourself or your surroundings, nothing. It is just you in that space, and you know what you're doing. That is where I'm seeing the power for you, for me, for us. So now we're going to conduct a tarot reading. See what happens. Mars and Capricorn. Our first card is the Four of Cups. And then we have the Death card reversed. Then we have the Three of Swords reversed. Then we have the Temperance. The narrative I'm seeing here is, I'm looking at both the Four of Cups and the Three of Swords. And what I'm thinking is that there's a disappointment and you're sort of ignoring what you have on hand. So one thing that Capricorns are known for is how resourceful they are. They work with what they have on hand. They're very good at it because they value efficiency and resourcefulness and just getting whatever needs to be done. But with the Four of Cups, I'm seeing like a dissatisfaction or a disappointment. But you have all of this other like stuff to be grateful for that you're not really noticing or paying attention to because of that one dissatisfaction. And then we have the Death card reversed, which tells me that this is actually a misalignment. There's a misalignment, and it's causing us to be blind to essentially be blind to the good things in life because we're so caught up in what we either don't have or the thing we missed out on. Then we have the Temperance card, which makes me think that even though we are misaligned now, we will find our alignment. We will find our center again. Like I'm thinking a chiropractor, but for the spirit. Like it's a sudden you know, like they don't, I guess chiropractors don't adjust you without warning. I feel like that would be a really bad idea. Maybe this is someone that's going to come into our lives, or they're already here maybe, and they're going to kind of open our eyes to all of the good that is in our lives. And we're going to remember that whatever it is that we missed out on or we're not happy with, that stuff doesn't matter. Like what matters is we either change it or shrug our shoulders and be like, okay, I'm moving on from that. You can either do it at a different time, or what am I trying to say? Like the words that I want to say are stop being sad about it, but that's not the emotion that I'm trying to convey. It's more of like, let it go. Let it go now so that you can go back to it later when you're more aligned for it to come into your life. That's what I'm trying to say. Then we have the Six of Hearts, Six of Cups reversed. And, okay. This is making me think. So Mars in Capricorn is a very adult, like they're an adult man or an adult person in power. And even when they were children, these types were like very mature for their age, or I'm not going to say wise beyond their years, because it wasn't about wisdom. It was about knowing how the world worked, or recognizing the patterns in which the world worked, so that they could thrive the minute they were old enough to have a job and a car and the independence that they needed to become an adult. Is that type of, that's Mars in Capricorn as a child. But here I'm seeing like the what am I seeing? It's like we're letting go of our childhood, not because we're adults. Most of us are probably already adults, but there are certain behaviors that we relied upon as children that kind of came with us as we were growing up. And so now that we're adults, or now that we're older, we're kind of seeing something in our patterns of behavior where whatever it is, it's no longer working because it's a behavior that we used as a child or when we were younger, and it's time for us to let it go. Or maybe it's even like a memory, like our childhood friends, maybe. Not so much though. I feel like this is a behavioral pattern that we carried through into as we got older. Mars in Capricorn is it's like a father figure type, or a boss, or a CEO, although not really. I mean, yeah, CEO. Mars in Capricorn is the shadow, like as the shadow, it's a CEO, because the CEOs have to step on people's toes, to put it in a nice way. The Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is about being in between spaces. So now we're thinking about being in between childhood and adulthood, or whatever it is, or like our younger days to our current older days. And we're sort of in this in-between space where we're kind of it's easier for us to switch back and forth between the two, because we're still stuck in the old patterns of behavior of our younger days. But as we switch back into our adulthood mode, like at work or something, we have a tendency to bring younger days behavior patterns to our current older days workspace, and it doesn't fit. So we start to have a misalignment here. And it's not necessarily this specifically, but like there are certain aspects of ourselves where if we bring them from one space to another space, they don't really fit well, and then we're sort of caught in this moment of like, oh, wait, hold on. Am I doing something wrong? And it is possible that you are behaving inappropriately, or, you know, so we're in the space of an in-between type of thing. And it's getting, because we're misaligned in some way, it's getting difficult for us to adjust to the kind of person we need to be in certain spaces. The Ten of Wands reversed, and we are thinking about letting go of that heavy burden. So there's a heavy burden. It's Atlas taking off the weight of the world and giving it to, I think it was Heracles, as like one of his 12 labors or something. Whoever it was, Atlas lifted the weight of the world and did something. I forget what. But it caused a lot of chaos, I think. Because I don't believe it was a punishment for Atlas. I think it was just his duty. Atlas holding the world on his shoulders, that was his responsibility. And with the 10 of Wands reversed, there are responsibilities we are not taking up. I'm looking at the figure in the Four of Cups, and I'm thinking that they're rejecting whatever cup is being given here. And it's like we're rejecting our responsibilities, which means, you know, someone is seeing that, and someone being either a boss or, spiritually speaking, the universe, someone is seeing that we're not taking responsibility, and they're saying, okay, but that means that you're not going to learn and you're not going to grow from whatever spot you're in, and you're going to stay there. You're going to stay there until you start to crack under either the pressure of not advancing, or crack under the pressure of the weight that you're feeling when you feel like there's a misalignment. Because that having a misalignment spiritually or emotionally, or all the type of ways that can happen, it can feel really heavy. It can lead us into depression, or just feeling like everything is wrong. And that could eventually lead to even darker things, because we're not taking on the challenge of our responsibilities, which will then mean that we, like I was saying, we won't grow, we won't learn, we won't advance. Then we have the Sun card, and this is going to take a learning curve. So the sun it's an enlightening where you have that like light bulb light up in your head, and you go, oh, yeah, of course. Like once you have that eye-opening moment, it's sort of like everything kind of falls into place and it makes sense, and it's the readjustment. It's the spiritual chiropractor that I was talking about. And then the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands means victory, success, accolades, rewards. But it won't happen. It won't happen by itself. You have to do the work. You have to accept the challenge. You have to learn to take responsibility for yourself. I feel like the Sun card is saying, with the Six of Wands now, I feel like these two cards are saying you have to decide for yourself to do this, and then you'll get the rewards that you deserve. These won't be loud rewards. These will be rewards that they'll show up in different ways. Sometimes quietly or subtly, and other times you'll feel like they haven't shown up at all, like they're invisible, but they're there. You just won't know it until a certain... You'll know it, actually. You'll know it because you'll feel like yourself again. You'll feel in alignment with your center. You'll be fully centered, grounded, and that's how you know. That's how you know you're in alignment. You feel like you're in the right place, or you're in the right timeline. your things feel good and right and correct. In terms of astrology, we have Scorpio with the Death card, and it's reversed, so we want to think about the shadow or challenge aspect of Scorpio. And I have a feeling this means that it's got something to do with a misalignment of your personal sacred mysteries. Like maybe you're going towards like a culty practice, and it feels wrong, but you continue to practice it because maybe you're just experimenting, or you feel like it has to be the thing that has the answers, otherwise what else do you got? So be careful with that type of thing. We also have Sagittarius with the Temperance card, and Sagittarius is about exploration. I think of a diplomat, so they know how to connect with people of different cultures, backgrounds. And then we have the Sun card, and the Sun card represents the sun. The sun is about healing and light and creativity in all its forms, not just artistic creativity, but creativity as in like generation, creating something. Or we also want to think about childhood stuff. And then we have Neptune with the Hanged Man. Neptune is about liminal spaces, not just in reality, but in our minds as well. we have a liminal space between our unconscious and our conscious selves. There's a liminal space when we dream. We're in a liminal space. We're in between reality and imagination, or whatever you want to call it, dreamscape. And that's it for that. If any thoughts come up, please let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like and subscribe if you want. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.